time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Oh yeah, feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
This isn't about printing. It's about better results with over 90 offices right across the country in residential, commercial and rural.
That's 50 to me. Well, these sort of tournaments couldn't take place without sponsorship, and Bailey's Real Estate have been heavily involved in New Zealand secondary school sport, especially out here in Taupo. From Bailey's, Taupo, Yvette Westerman is joining me now. How's this week gone for you?
It's been amazing, actually. The weather, for one, has been on our side. So we all know that New Zealand has been craving some sunshine, and we got it all week. So it's been really good, and I just love the vibe you get. There's been lots of people on social media and Taupo saying, "Where are all these kids coming from? What is this for?" So it's a really cool thing to be part of.
Now, you at Bailey's get involved in a lot of community sort of events. Why is it so important to be involved in the community?
I suppose we've had our family business here for 60 years, so we're 3 generations. We've been here forever. We plan to be here forever. So, and we're all part of the community. So we all live here. We all breathe it. We all love it. Clearly, so it's important to be part of it. And we do things like learn to sail, yachting. We have been the mountain biking. You know, there's heaps of things around the lake relays. So that we're all part of. And Taupo's a really cool place to do lots of things, so there's lots of things to be involved with.
It's not a bad place to visit either, I've got to say. Now, as if you weren't popular enough, you've ingratiated yourself with the community, giving everyone free coffee. How's that gone down?
Yeah, it's been good. Well, I am a mum of 3 kids, so I know coming to Crown Park, which I have to do every weekend at the moment, it can be really cold. So it's been beautiful this week, but you need something to keep your hands warm, so why not, for the parents, supporters, anyone who's come along to help, look after their kids and things, let's give them some coffee.
Just finally, though, a lot of rangatahi are watching this. What advice would you give them about property and getting into property?
Probably the hardest question, I know, because prices of property are growing. Don't always read into the media because it's not always accurate. I would tell people to engage with an agency, get in really early, ask what's happening with the market, and hard, but save. Often if you can get that deposit, you're probably paying less in a mortgage than you are in rent. So get into it early. Get the family help. Go and talk to a broker. Maybe you can borrow something off mum and dad or anyone, or your whānau trust or something like that. So yeah.
Excellent. And then you go to Bailey's straight away afterwards, of course.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this downtown apartment is the perfect first property. Our vendors have a new baby, they're moving on, so we're selling this today. Do I have any more bids? One bid here, thank you. I've got a bid there. We've got one more here. Yes, we have one more bid. We have a bid here. Do we have any more final
This
bids?
isn't about just selling
Going
one
once.
property. It's
Going
about getting a
twice.
better
Last
result for our
We have
clients,
sold.
so we can help them with their next property, the one after that, and the one after that.
Welcome to Crown Park here in Taupo for the final. We've got echo in here in my headphones. Thank you very much, Chris. Now we can get back to it. Welcome to Crown Park here in Taupo for the final of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Girls Football Premier competition between Mount Albert Grammar and Epsom Girls. It's, two sides that have got a great history in this game. I believe that Epsom have won more titles than anyone else, and Mount Albert Grammar aren't that far behind them. My fellow commentator, Tracy Takiri, joins me. We saw a fascinating battle between another two Auckland sides, Barradine and St Kentigans, in the third and fourth playoff. What are we expecting from this game?
I think you're going to find that Mount Albert Grammar have a long history with ladies football, men's and ladies, or boys and girls. So you're going to find the skill level here is quite outstanding. You're going to find holding passes for 5 to 10 phases.
We can see the Mount Albert Grammar side up there for you. There has been a change on the Epsom side, which we'll tell you about shortly. You've been here all week,
Yes.
Tracy. Who on that Mount Albert Grammar side has impressed you?
Well, number 9, Emily Lyon. She's a strong, tall striker. Very, very strong on the ball.
There we see the Epsom Girls Grammar. Now, the changes in goal. Amy Feinberg-Danieli is injured and she'll take no part in the game. She was in New Zealand under-17 goalkeeper, so that's a big loss. But Lucy Johnston comes in. The number 1 will be Lucy Johnston taking over in goal for her. So you like the look of Emily Lyon?
Emily Lyon, I do. Very strong on the ball and capable of unleashing, as we saw with Olivia Page earlier for Barradine. Sharon Tomokino, the captain of number 18 for Mount Albert Grammar, holds our midfield together, is a real good general, and keeps her team on form and understanding what they need to do. Here we have the Year 13s coming out.
I quite like that, the way they get out and get their little moment in the sun to sort of say their goodbyes, because it's obviously their last tournament. And for many of them, it might have been their first tournament as well, because we've had 2 years out with COVID.
Well, watching the teams warm up, the Mount Epsom stature of players seemed smaller, and so I inquired and asked, what are the year ages for these teams? And it appears Epsom have the older players in the game today. They're predominantly year 12s and 13s with a few juniors, whereas in the Mount Albert Grammar, they've got about 10 under the full squad, 10 under year 10.
Now, you mentioned when you were talking about the midfield, you said our midfield. What did you mean by that?
Our midfield. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say I'm
No,
from Mount Albert.
I think you're just showing a little bit of bias. I'm going to keep an eye out you in commentary now, just in case.
No, it's a... Lewin yesterday put me on the spot and asked me to choose the winner. So if you were to do that today, I would have to say 60-40 from Mount Albert Grammar. Okay. Just based on what I've seen during the last 5 days of a team that can hold the ball and structure. They just seem to have that in aces. Yesterday they defeated Barradine in the semi-final, which was a very, very. I was on the line on that game and I witnessed it. It was quite a good game. Very close. Went down to penalties. There was no.
I see Epsom have got their war paint on.
Yes.
Now, has that been throughout the tournament? Have they been that, or is this just purely for the final?
Well, the only noticeable war paint I saw was on the dome of a man's bald head, and he had, I think it was an Epsom or a blue and yellow team. That his head was all painted. I haven't seen it too often during the week with the paint on, because they're going to perspire, and I don't think they want that paint falling into their eyes. I think it's a bit below the eye there.
Yeah, that's it. They've all got it below the eye, and that's cool. And I think one thing I've noticed already is just the total enjoyment that they've got out there. I'm sure they're feeling nerves underneath, but both sides have gone out there with a smile on their faces, as if they're really happy to just to be part of it, to have made this final.
Absolutely.
And I think it's quite refreshing to see.
Of the two teams, I would suggest Epsom be surprised to find themselves in the position they're in today, and they're very, very well done to them to get to this final. That's Lara Colpe, the captain for Epsom Girls Grammar, at number 7.
Well, it's quite interesting that the Epsom have had the last two tournaments that were played in 2018-2019 were losing finalists. So they're going to be, I'd be assuming that the whole school are going to be egging them on to get on top. Mount Albert last one in 15 and 16 and finished runners-up in 17. So they had a good run, but it's been a couple of years between drinks for them. Yeah,
no, you're right. I think kind of not dismayed, but we're overrun with the talent that Auckland has. Obviously, the population up there is 10 times the population of any other city in the country. But the talent coming out of Auckland, look what you got. You had top four teams all out of Auckland. And I think who the closest would have been Napier Girls at 5th or 6th place. Sorry, I understand this afternoon that St Andrews from Christchurch won 5th position. And defeating the team I just mentioned, Napier Girls. So Napier Girls came in 6th in this competition. So the Southern team has done well here to finish in 5th spot. I must make mention in terms of whakaata Māori that the captain of Mount Albert Grammar.
Well done, you pronounce it correctly as well.
Bro, I'm 50%.
Well, no, I thought you were 63% actually. Whakaata Māori.
Sharon Tomokino, the captain of Mount Albert Grammar. Well done to you, Sharon. As I said, I gave you a rap earlier. That I think you were the one today that'll be the difference in this game. Waiting for the referee. Referee today is Debbie Stevens from Auckland, Northern Football. AR1 Bridget Baker, Northern Football, and AR2 Andrew Mitchell, who refereed their earlier 3rd versus 4th place from Whakatane. 4th official from the Taupo area, Darren Beattie.
They just want to get on with it, don't they? You can just see it in there saying, come on, that's it, let's get it underway here. The New Zealand Secondary Schools Girls Football Premier Final here between Mount Albert Grammar and Epsom Girls.
Grammar.
It's a little stumble early on. We saw in the last game that the defence was really on top. There's a lot of pressing involved. You wouldn't believe that they played 6 games or something already this week. But they went out there and pressed right from the start and did it for the whole game, which didn't give attacking sides much time on the ball, and I think that showed. 2 of the goals coming from well outside the area.
Well, I'm hearing a lot more chatter on the field. The difference between this one and the last game, where they sort of went through the motions for a while. But I'm hearing a lot of chatter out there, which is good. The 12th person is working.
And it's so you can't underestimate the importance of that either.
Absolutely.
The players haven't got eyes in the back of their heads.
No, you need that man on call. You need that direction call.
And if players are lifting their heads up, a lot of visual signals as well, a bit of pointing here and there that can help. And we saw in the third and fourth place, that's a lovely little touch, and turn inside there.
Between Maya Vince from Mount Taupo Grammar, number 8.
That Barradine got on top early and scored after about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And Mount Albert getting the early, albeit first 2 minutes, the early ascendancy here. Well, that's a goal, the ball that's gone into space.
Yes. I'm surprised the keeper didn't come to that.
I suppose she realised the defender was getting there first, so didn't want to take any of the risks.
Emily Lyon sends one into the centre.
A little bit of nerves first up there.
So there's Epsom Girls' replacement goalkeeper, Lucy Johnston. First touch of the ball.
She'll be pleased she finally grabbed hold of it, though. Give her a bit of confidence.
18.
Viva Golda.
Well done, well done. Opportunity, take it. So Epsom.
Someone taking a knock early. It looks like hopefully it'll be one of those ones you can just walk off. I've noticed the Mount Albert goalkeeper before, not the tallest or biggest of players. It'll be interesting. That doesn't mean he hasn't got the agility to do a great job. But if I was coaching Epsom, I'd get them to have a few pops from range.
We do find during the week teams injuries. The goalkeeper seems to be the one who collects the most hits or injuries, and I do believe the goalkeeper today for Mount Albert Grammar is not the regular goalkeeper. I saw Anika in the field in the semi-final. Bit of argy-bargy there, but of no consequence, and they get their goal kick back. I wanted to mention this 18 Viva Goda for Epsom Girls Grammar. Lightning fast. You might be surprised at how quick that girl could move.
Well, I think that sort of pace up front could be crucial.
Definitely.
Because we saw several through balls from both sides in the other game that weren't fully taken advantage of because there wasn't that pace there, and the defence seemed to have the measure of them in terms of that.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see whether it pans out.
Well, you know, anticipation is a big thing. If you can read where it's coming from and read where it's going, that's half the battle of getting going.
Yeah, that half a step.
Can make a big difference.
Especially if you've got a bit of pace. Then it's down to being able to breathe and calm down before you hit the final shot.
I'm looking around the grounds. We've got a couple of hundred people here today. Quite a good.
There's a good crowd, and I think all the other games have finished now, so the full focus rightly will be on the Premier final.
Premier final.
Set pieces, corners especially. I don't think we saw any free kicks really. That's a bit of a high foot.
High foot there from Viva.
Any free kicks that were in areas of, in fact, we didn't see that many free kicks at all. It was, all played in a competitive spirit, very physical, but nothing untoward, nothing too late. But corners definitely could cause some concerns.
Set piece. Set piece is such an opportunity for any team.
Which is why it's a bizarre thing in the modern men's game where they do anything to avoid getting a corner. They'll pass it all the way back to the goalkeeper instead of getting it in and maybe creating a corner. There's a little bit of a replay here. Just a bit of a wild speculator. Left foot.
Opportunity, got to take them. You're in a final, and the team that scores first will have the momentum and the mental ascendancy. And it just, it says to the team that's trailing that we've got to get our job done here. That was a great ball through there from Sharon Tomokino. Unfortunately, missed by her forward.
There we go. There's a chance here now.
Oh, Emily gets a little bump.
There she goes. She's managed to keep it. There's a bit of a good bit of clearing up there. I don't think you want to just leave that to the goalkeeper.
And that was well kicked in by 12. Sophie Johnston.
Some lovely foot there from Georgia Brown. Sweet old, as they used to say in the old days. But you're right there again, seeing that bit of pace there. That really created. Basically, she's earned that throw for her side now in an attacking position.
I don't see Alyssa Wong as one of the starting for Epsom Girls Grammar, but you would be surprised at the skill of a little short Asian lady by the name of Alyssa Wong when she comes on. I hope she does get an appearance because she has played really well during the week and created lots of chances. And again, these teams to make it here, well done to them. They've worked hard.
I mean, it's not just the 5 days of playing football. It's being away from home as well, and that can impact on some more than others.
Oh, especially the hijinks that students get up to, away from home.
Not like seniors like you and I who just behave ourselves.
No, what do we do? Go have a game, go and have a beer and go home and hit the couch.
Yeah, fall asleep before the game you're watching. Here we go, and there's a bit of a
tension.
A break already. Now could that be from the knock from earlier on?
It is. Yeah, I believe so.
It looks like is it Holly Reynolds?
Holly Reynolds, number 5.
She took that knock earlier on, so maybe he's just going to get a bit of treatment.
Yep. Well, she has to leave the field, get checked out properly, and they'll call her back in if she wants to return or make a change.
I think with rolling, with being able to rotate the subs, you'd be wiser to bring someone on.
Yeah, no, looks like they have someone ready to come.
As well, one.
Maya Lyon making a break up the left.
Yeah, force the corner.
Here we go, set piece. I've seen some beautiful corners taken this in the past few days. In particular, Olivia Page just seemed to have the ball on the string, where on a couple of occasions, as I was AR behind her, she sent the ball down the line and it bounced on the crossbar. I mean, it's just too good. Too good.
So that's Carrie Southgate, that's no relation to Gareth.
Oh, they're playing a long ball.
Oh dear, that could have gone anywhere. And eventually scrambled clear. Yeah,
it's gone down the line. It's still in play.
Angles can be deceiving. I thought that had gone out and then come back in. I'll take the AR's word for it. He's more experienced in a better position than I am. Now that's a good ball. There seems to be a bit more movement here. Maybe offside there.
Oh, yes, they're going offside play. Yes.
But there seems to be already from Mount Albert, which we didn't see in that. Yeah, there's that structure, there's movement, and there's lifting the head up to. That really could have caused a lot of.
So much. Do you think Mount Albert have the inside news that Epsom Girls have had to make a goalie change?
Well, from your accounting, it looks like both sides have not started with the keeper that would have perhaps started.
No.
Now, is that offside? Yeah. No, again, another offside. They're just going a little bit early, Viva Goda. But looking as if she could be a bit of a handful, a bit of a weapon for Epsom, and they may start playing that early ball through to her.
Yep. As I say, they're not of a huge, tall stature, but crikey, when she gets a break, I like watching her. She takes a lot of touches on the ball as she makes her way up the field at a high pace.
Well, a few notes that the staff at Epsom gave us, with a little few notes on it, and about Viva Goda, elusive, prodigious striker, he says, already got a hat-trick this time. Oh, there we go again, nearly bobbled its way through. Already you can see that there's more attacking opportunities being created in this game than there were in the third, fourth playoff.
Alicia Braun, 16. Back to Alicia. She'll play it. Play back to goal. No, there goes Sharon Tomakino making her way back. There's our midfielder now playing in a defensive role.
Well, you've got to help your teammates out, haven't you? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's nicely not passed.
That's the captain. There's the two captains clashing there. Lara Kolpe, number 7, captain for Epsom. Sharon Tomokino.
Was it the goal kick being given there? And playing out from the back, Mount Albert. Be interesting to see if there's any side that shows preference in terms of attacking. That probably got a bit too much weight on it.
Too quick for Emily Lyon to make the ground.
Getting a little bit more time on the ball as well, which might explain the more of the creativity in attack than we saw in the other one, because there was absolutely no time on the ball at all in the previous game.
12 minutes, Mount Albert make a substitution. Who has come?
It's the return.
Oh, Holly Reynolds returned to the game.
Of Holly Reynolds makes her reappearance. She's obviously managed to get a bit of treatment and get that knock sorted out that she took very early on in the game.
And on.
I just waited there, waited for her teammate to make a move. I thought she might actually cut inside and push away herself there, but unselfishly was looking for a teammate. But definitely Epsom starting to really get into their stride in this game. And
they are not in awe of their prestigious neighbours from Mount Albert. I'm not too sure on the real estate status of Auckland, Miles. You might have to help me.
There's not too far distance between Epsom and Mount Albert. Maybe in house prices.
Yes.
Epsom would be double at least. Mount Albert. Again, the skipper getting back there and tidying up. In fact, we've seen in their last game as well, both skippers performing really well and leading their side by example. Again, you see, they're all very narrow here as well. I'd be tempted if I was in the midfield here. That's good they're seeing the stretch out now. You can't see it on screen, but just out to the left and moving back there, because you've got, I mean, everyone now is so near the front post. If it gets flicked on, there's no one there. All that space to the left-hand side.
Basically, every player is in one quarter of the field at the moment.
And all you need is one just to drift out. And if you get the ball on the near post, unless you get a good flick at a right angle, you're going to struggle, because you've got to turn and try and go back. Whereas if you're running onto the ball from the far post, you've got the goal in front of it. Oh, lovely turn. Lovely turn.
Eva Hall down the side, and she gains the corner.
Yeah. It's really Epsom that have started to get a little bit of a grip on this game at the moment.
Yes, I might have to eat my hat. Picking a winner so confidently
well,
early
your
in the game.
bias showed through, you see, and it led you down the wrong path, perhaps. But a long time to go yet. We're only 15 minutes in. There's an 80-minute game. Oh, what a goal. What a great goal.
Set piece.
Great set, as we've said the whole time, but it was well attacked and buried. That was a fantastic goal.
Who delivered the ball?
I'm trying to see who's got their head onto the end of it here. Look at this, it's really good attacking.
The girl with the bob up there, hands in the air right now. Number 11. Number 11 goes out to the ball, spots it. There you go. In the back of the old onion bag there.
Gets in front of Tomokino. I'll be disappointed that she's got in front of her there.
Yes.
And as we said, Epsom getting on top. and set pieces are going to be crucial in this. That was a great delivery right into an area that causes problems, especially as you've got two goalkeepers who perhaps wouldn't be expected to
come here as the goalkeeper.
Yeah, so they're not necessarily going to be the most confident in coming out and doing the business.
Oh, great speculative right in front of her.
Here we go. This could be dangerous. This
could
be 2-0.
Yes.
Hit it well enough. The keeper did well, got a body behind it. Anika Todd. He's just bringing it from behind her slightly, so maybe didn't get all the power that she would have wanted. Dearie me.
Dear.
And they're starting to get a little bit nervous at the moment and scrappy, which can often happen, especially after you've been playing all the time. You get to the big final, you've gone down, you've gone behind, and it takes a fair bit to get your equilibrium back.
Scrambles the thinking for a while. That wasn't part of the plan. But there's an old saying I learned from many an English or European friend of mine in junior football: get your foot into the play, get your foot in there, and disrupt things, and opportunities will come. Ooh.
And we've seen no lack of that, of commitment in terms of there again another good foot in
Can she find another play? Oh, she's going to have
She's going to go for it.
Yes.
Well worth a try.
Everyone's seen anything's possible from 30, 40 yards in this game.
I'll say it again, that goal from Olivia Page for Barradine in that first game was as good a goal as you'll see from distance. And Tomakino trying to settle her charges down, being prominent as she has been throughout this first 18 and a half minutes. There's a chance. Offside.
Yes. No wonder she looked in such a prime position. She was standing offside.
No excuse really from there, because you've got all the defence in front of you. You've got the defence in front of you. You've got to be expecting a cross.
We had an airfield full of room out the side. She could easily have looked over his shoulder and been onside when that ball was kicked.
Two hands on that, but we'll let them off. Oh, got a nice bobble in there, away again.
She wins that little dog fight.
Didn't manage to quite get it across here to a teammate. You would have thought she may have had a bit more support. Should be keeper's ball quite comfortably here. And Mount Albert, Grandma, have got to slowly build their confidence back up now, maybe get a bit of possession.
Ball went straight up in the air.
That's probably from someone who's not used
not
to
a regular goalkeeper.
Hand,
Most goal, even at this girl's age group, they should be able to knock that over halfway from the 18-yard line.
And still unable, Mount Albert, to get any possession. That nearly slipped out of her hand there. Away we go. There's Colby again. Lovely ball. That's unlucky.
Offside. She was offside,
Just straight there.
Bit of vision there, Miles. That was she could see that her friend was going to make a run to the left.
I think that's going to be a tactic for them, because they know that they've got that pace up front, and they're going to try and use it. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of the early ball played. No one's out there wide for them now. You've got to have. Oh, here we go again. Another try. They're going to try from range, and I think they're going to knock the ball over the top early. And that's a fair enough tactic if you've got someone with a bit of pace in front of you, especially if you've drawn the defence out a bit and you've got some acreage behind them.
20 minutes down, it's been quite
That's
quick.
a great ball. Oh, unlucky.
Yes.
That was a great ball. It's gone very quickly the first 20 minutes.
Yes.
And I must admit, after the early couple of minutes, it looked like Mount Albert would start to dominate this game, but it's been far from that. And in fact, Epsom have looked far the more likely. Here we go. There's a chance with it in behind. Again, that long ball. again, hassling.
Holly Reynolds clears.
From Goda. See, get in there now, straight down the line. No mucking around. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Should have been there an hour ago. Come on. It's just that you waste so much opportunity, especially if you've got someone with the pace. Just a quick one straight down the line, just into that little corner section there. You've opened them up because they've switched off. The people switch off. They just, no matter how long you've been playing, the people switch off when the ball goes out of play.
We should have put a mic on the coach's bench over there. Maybe hear some colourful
we might have to beep it.
There's Maya Lyon trying to step her in. She still regains possession into the box. Unfortunately.
She needs a bit of service though. She does. She's having to sort of do
service
everyone
and space.
Trying to make it on her own. There's Emily Lyon. Certainly taking no prisoners.
No, she will not. She will not. So Debbie Stevens, our referee, is allowing a fair bit of contact between the teams.
I think that's fair enough. I don't think there's anything too dirty there at the moment. This is a final, and
I haven't heard one big ooh ah from the crowd at all.
No.
I think the crowd understands as well. It's all part of the game. Sharon Tomakino plays back to the centre back. Second pass goes to the left back. Left back plays to left wing. So we've got 4 passes here and we've made 30-40 metres. And then she's won a throw-in. And that's using your head. You're running out of room, so you play it into the opposition.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. She tried to play it down the line. If she gets away with it, they're away. If not, you can restart. But they do, and they go in. They're fully committed into the tackles, which is good to see. Are you a big fan of this Kinesio tape that they put on their thighs and their knees and their? I think it's more psychological than anything else. I can't imagine. I remember Craig Dowd telling me he's got it on there as well. Of course, he's a fan of it. God, did Craig Dowd tell you that stuff? He's got it all over his leg, as my mate Tracy here.
Saved my limb. That tape did on Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tuesday morning. It's
all psychological. Let's put a bit of plaster. It's like, Mummy, I'll put a plaster on it and it'll be better.
No, again, another amenity here is the Taupo Lakes physio come in every morning, and they've been a busy wee business here.
I can imagine it. I can well imagine, mainly for the officials.
And they have all colours.
I just noticed it on a couple of the players there on the knees, and one of here's that. You mentioned Goda in her pace, but she's hassling as well, and trying to make things happen, which is good to see.
So Epsom are really squeezing Grammar. They're coming. Here we go, disrupting play, and they've won the ball off them.
Here we go again now. This opening it up there, opening up. That was Olivia Brown.
They're certainly not going to ask themselves what if after this game, Epsom.
She's a workhorse, according to the notes we received from the Epsom staff. But Liv Brown, as she's called, they call her. She's the workhorse of the side.
Liv Brown.
Yeah, she's the workhorse. And Georgia Brown, I don't know whether they're related, but she's the New Zealand Under-20 Women's Ultimate Frisbee rep. Here we go, there's a chance here, a massive opportunity. Oh, you've got to get it away, you've got to get away. He's helping her out.
Oh! Nice, on target.
The keeper's been positioned well and managed to hold on to most things so far.
Now, that in itself is brilliant football. Playing a shot back across her body line.
And moving, leaning away from the ball as well. And it was a chip as well. It wasn't a shot, it was an attempted chip. So that's a great effort.
A little bit more percussion on the hit, she would have cleared the keeper or put it through her fingers into the top corner. Could have been 2-0 there.
I mean, it's looking tough enough at the moment for Mount Albert to get a grip on it and get back into it. If they go 2 behind.
And we've come to 26 minutes of the half, and the urgency doesn't seem to be there in grammar. Can't believe the coaching staff are letting them, not giving calls to them, keep it moving.
But Epsom just seem to be growing in confidence as well, isn't it? And it's, like you say, that momentum really
with
help.
Epsom, definitely.
They're obviously a right-footed player,
yes,
because that was there to be cleared with the left. But you go with what you're comfortable with, and sometimes it puts you under pressure.
Colby.
That's lovely.
Captain snuck away past
and
the
she's won herself a corner, I think. And we saw what happened last time. From this is where they got their goal from. So there's bound to be nerves in that Mount Albert defence.
Are they going to do something different here? Surely they'll get in front of the Epsom player and try and disrupt the ball delivering.
So many things can happen from this. You know, just a flick on that goes in, and at least here it's good to see they've actually got someone at the beyond the far post. You watch a lot of Premier League football and there's no one there. You get a flick and there's no one in there. Yeah, there, look at that. Oh, my goodness. But no one there quite to take advantage of that one, but they can come back again. Someone going to have a go. Oh, she's going to bob and weave.
Is our friend?
Goda going to have he's going to try and just get it into a teammate rather than take them on.
Now Maya will back herself here. She'll try and take it. Oh, almost threaded the needle there, Maya. Well done.
You call her Maya and it's Emily, so that...
I beg your pardon. Maya's a bit of a favourite name for me at the moment.
I know. I was just thinking that whether it was a nickname that you, and suddenly you were showing even more bias.
Oh, my granddaughter's name.
Here we go now. Epsom really opening them up now. Georgia Brown has got a bit of space here. She finds someone in the middle. Where was someone? You've got to... And I appreciate again, and it's easy to say here, but this is like an end of season, end of tournament run there, because you should have players, as soon as you see someone breaking left, make a bust in the gut to get to that far post. And there was no one. So that really limits their options. And as I say, it's easy to sit from the sideline saying it. I haven't been running around for 5 days to get into this position. And here at the moment, that's it. In front of them, I was just saying, they have to play with their backs to goal. Mount Albert at the moment, not being able to have the ball in front of them and run onto it.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit narrow channel that they're sending long balls into Emily Lyon as a form of attack. When that middle of the park, they're very confidently holding the ball, and then injury to an Epsom player. And the huff and puff machines on the job.
Yeah. Now, is it the puffing that's caused the problems, or is she taking a bit of a knock? She might be struggling to... I thought there was maybe something wrong with her right ankle, but no, she's obviously got some breathing issues there. There's someone dressed up as a mascot there. Did I see a lion's tail hanging around somewhere? Over on the far side. It's quite warm here today in terms of if you're out there running around, it's sort of pleasant conditions. It's got a bit overcast now. It was full sunshine earlier on. But good conditions to play football in.
None of that cold northerly wind coming down off the mountain. It's quite still out there.
So yeah, you see the lion over there, and it looks like headless at the moment. Not much use of the lion if you haven't got your head, really, are you? The king of the jungle. You can see the ball thrown back on. Offside, coming back from an offside position. means one thing as well is that Epsom are being disciplined defensively. That was a nice little movement there from Sophia Johnson, I think that was.
Goal kick.
Not able to pull that one back though.
Well, was it the Mount Albert Rugby League called Mount Albert Lions?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so I wonder if that tiger is...
I think the lion, I think, is part of the logo of the school emblem, I think, maybe.
There you go.
On the old crest, it might be. It might just be making it up, because I have a tendency to do things like that.
Don't let the truth get in the way of it.
No, exactly. They used to say, what did we do before Google? I was always right. So, Brian, it's gone quickly. There's only 8 minutes left in this first half, and Epsom looking comfortable with their lead and looking, frankly, the more likely to score next. Here's a big opportunity there. Nice 1-2. I don't like the term give and go, so I'm going to call it a 1-2. And, referee, that was a little bit unlucky. I don't think it was the assistant referee that would give that, but I don't think the referee would have given that.
She called the foul by the Epsom player? Giving the ball to Mount Albert?
Yep.
Yeah. What happened?
I thought that was a little bit unlucky, to be honest. Maybe on the replay I'll... that's just... there's nothing in that.
I think she was just trying to check her pectoral muscles in her shoulder.
Yeah. She gets seized up. I haven't had a chance to put my flag up for a while. No, she calls it as she sees it, and the officials have been good today so far, and I'm sure they've been good. Apart from yourself, of course, have been good the whole tournament.
We've all week long we've had some very good feedback, and lots of people popping their head in the door saying, "Thank you, officials. Thanks for you."
But that's also that goes down to the players as well. I mean, these players are good to officiate, aren't they?
Yep.
You don't get the hassles you get from the older blokes.
Yeah. One of the awards here later on today will be the Players' Choice, the official, best official or favourite official.
How much bribery have you put in together?
I'm afraid I cannot be in the running since I've been limping around since Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, that's a good ball here. Goda taking it on. The lovely little shimmy there, trying to...
Oh, good look.
But again, it's interesting. I mean, there was one player trying to make it into the area, but they're not pushing hard enough, in my view, pushing hard enough to get in there and support them. You need numbers in the area.
Well, I'm looking at it now. We seem to have a bit of pace, space to be used. So Sharon Toikina sends the ball out to a wing back. But then we go for that speculative long ball, which gives it away.
Yeah, they are almost in panic mode already, Mount Albert.
So I wonder how Kate Inwood, the coach of Mount Albert, is going to try and turn things around at the break.
I'm sure, unless there's injury, I'm sure we're going to see one of your favourites, Alyssa Wong, today.
Introduced.
At some time, because they say here on the little notes I'm thinking, Epsom's messy. He said that he's a small player, but with great feet. So
lots of little touches on the ball. It's lovely to see.
Dallied on the ball a little bit there, and a little bit lucky to get away with that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately knew they were coming back from offside, so unable to take advantage of it.
Yeah. 5 minutes to the break. Epsom seem to have it in the palm of their hand.
Yeah, they don't look troubled at all. They look more likely to score another goal. See, no pressure on them.
No pressure on it at all. Yes.
No pressure on it at all. And you're down. You're struggling to gain any traction in the game. You've got to start upping the ante, even though your legs may be exhausted.
What have we got there, Linesman? Lady? White ball.
Your assistant referee.
Assistant referee, yes.
That.
I'm sorry. Lino.
Lino, that's what we used to call them in the good old days.
And intercepted another pass.
again.
That's just not Mount Albert, I know.
Maybe a little bit too far out there from Georgia Brown. And another one was a little bit too long, and was an offside anyway.
Viva put herself offside. So yeah, it looks like Epsom, with the older age players, are playing more percentage football, and the younger Mount Albert Grammar are struggling to try and figure out how to get through them.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're struggling to get any cohesion, and when they do, there's some great defence as well from Epsom. But it's amazed me that how there was no pressure at all for about 30 yards from that last goal kick, and you think, well, you've got you know that then they're going to struggle. You've seen the goalkeeper, you know the goalkeeper's not going to knock it 50 yards, so therefore she's liable to pass it short.
Well, Emily Lyon just there ran 35 metres to pressure the Epsom fullback to knock the ball out, and they won the ball, but now they seem to be just kicking it away again. Yep, now we have the ball. What?
Yeah, I think undoubtedly the Epsom team and staff will be a lot happier.
Yep.
If it stays like this. We've got 2 minutes now to go till half time, and Epsom being well in control. Can they go one better than the last two finals that they were in, the previous two finals in this tournament, where they finished in third place? I said runner-up, they actually finished in third place. Nearly I don't know if you'd have been pinged for a back pass there, but safety first.
Yes, yeah.
She's been told to kick it, kick it out.
Yeah, we've got almost all but two Epsom players back in the defensive third.
Here's a good opportunity though for a break for Goda if they can get hold of the ball. Oops.
So Epsom will be playing the ball back, trying to draw. Mount Albert playing the ball back into their half to try and pull Epsom players out of the area. I hope that they can feed a ball into someone.
Ooh. Still not quite. It's getting a little bit scrappy, the game now.
I'd say, yeah.
I think half time will come.
Yep, they're all looking at the clock.
Yeah, just get a bit of a breather, which is understandable, the amount of football they played this week.
Kinch.
It's a great run so far. And it's just a bit overhit in terms of the weight. But right idea, but just too many wheat bix this morning.
I do say the Epsom coach is telling the goalkeeper, slow down. Do not run.
Take your time.
Take your time. Plays it
quickly. A bit of pressure there. Epsom will actually be kicking themselves if they concede now.
No, wouldn't they?
I think there may be a little bit of time added on, but we haven't seen. Do you actually add much on?
The competition rules are no added time because of the structure of the tournament. You've got to keep games rolling.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. That's why I expected, because really there were a couple of injury breaks there, which would have normally necessitated
added time, but we don't.
But not. So we come up to half time here at Crown Park in Taupo at the New Zealand Secondary Schools Girls Football Premier final, and maybe a bit of an upset. Well, it certainly was, according to my co-commentator here.
Yes.
Epsom leading Mount Albert 1-0. A good goal scored from a corner. Eva Hall getting a head first to the ball. What is that? Is that some sort of doodle? There's a Labra doodle or a schnoodle or a cavadoodle. But anyway, it's one of those things. Anyway, we'll be back shortly with the second half here on the final day.
On fucking
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this downtown apartment is the perfect first property. Our vendors have a new baby, they're moving on, so we're selling this today. Do I have any more bids? One bid here, thank you. I've got a bid there. We've got one more here. Yes, we have one more bid. We have a bid here. Do we have any more final
This
bids?
isn't about just selling one property. It's about getting a better result for our
We have
clients,
sold.
so we can help them with their next property, the one after that, and the one after that.
Welcome back to Crown Park here in Taupo. Whakaata Māori covering the New Zealand Secondary Schools Girls Football Premier, a final between Mount Albert Girls Grammar, or Mount Albert Grammar, and Epsom Girls Grammar. Epsom Girls 1-0 up and fully deserving. My co-commentator Tracy Takiri with me, fully deserving of that lead.
Can you see the bite mark on the top of my hat? I'm going to have to eat my hat. This is not going the way I predicted.
I've got some salt and pepper and a bit of vinegar if you want to add a bit of flavour to it. But they've been dominant. Here we see the goal and good movement there from Eva Hall.
Yes.
Moving out towards it. And we said at the beginning of this game that set pieces were going to be crucial in this and could be pivotal. And that, I don't think the keeper's really got much chance there. That would have been a world-class save if you got anywhere near that.
Eva Hall just was a bit closer to the ball than her friend Sharon Tomokino.
Yeah, got in front of her.
Got in front of her.
And I've got to admit that after the first couple of minutes, I thought Mount Albert would be on top. But they've certainly been second best for most of that first half after that initial stage.
There we see the Epsom trainer warming up the keeper. So he hasn't had much to do there.
Well, we saw in that first game that the Barradine were totally dominant in the first half, in the third and fourth place playoff, our first game that we had today. But they made changes, tactical changes at half-time, which totally transformed the game, and St Kentigern came right back into it in that second half. And now I'm wondering what sort of changes we're going to see from Mount Albert in this half that can change things in their favour.
Well, besides stepping up the pace and just getting a little bit of urgency and retrieving and winning those little, not the right term, but little dog fights on the ball, and creating something for that. As I said, a bit of a narrow channel where they're just trying to feed the golden ball to Emily Lyon, who is doing her best to create pressure.
Well, she's worked really hard, but without much reward, and frankly, without much service. And you can't do too much as a centre forward if you're not getting the service.
Well, we've seen it. It's possible from 40 yards. You can, with the right frame of mind, send the ball at 100 miles an hour into the back of that net. I think they might start getting away from the structured pass, and try and let.
Well, they need someone to put the foot on the ball in the midfield and start sort of taking it by the scruff of the neck, because they're totally being outplayed at the moment. I suppose the danger is as well, and we've seen Epsom try to release Viva Goda, the number 18, up front with early balls. If they start pressing too much, they're liable to leave a bit of space in behind. So there's also that danger that you're going to get caught out at the back. But I think the way the game's gone, they've got to do something to try and get themselves back into it, because more of the same is going to see Epsom, I think, win comfortably in the end.
Well, everyone pretty much doesn't look like they've made any changes. I can't see any new personnel. Epsom have the kickoff. Emily Lyon on the ball.
Doesn't she play for Mount Albert? Doesn't matter. I know it's been a long week for you. Your sore little calf as well, and all the physio you've had to get to, and all that Kinesio tape you've got on it. Yeah, and it's good to see sides both challenging in there, getting stuck in early on, and that's been a feature of the games today, is the total commitment of the players. Switching the play there, Tomakino. You've got to chase this down, force the throw.
So there was the benefit of playing from sideline to sideline and then going forward.
Yeah,
they just made themselves 50
You've opened
metres.
it up, you know. It only takes one or two passes to get completely change the direction of the attack. Oh, here we go. It just would have been, if that had fallen into in front of her. Here we go, big challenge coming in now. That was a good bit of defending. Big challenge coming in. Little chip ball through, and it's gone out a little bit too far. See Epsom back facing, ready to put pressure on straight away, which is good to see. And here comes their opportunity. And Laura Colby, who's having a captain's game as well.
Yes.
For Epsom.
Yeah.
A little bit unlucky there. I think she.
Well, she.
I know did she knock her too much there? She sticks her foot between the legs and gets the ball, wins the ball, and then the other one trips over.
Yes, well,
ooh.
Her leg was there.
I think she bought one there. But could that be something that changed the fortune?
It's played by Lara. So it's going to be a white ball.
So committed, aren't they? Both Tomakino and Colby. We saw it in the other game as well, that the skippers seem to take that responsibility very seriously.
Well, is it,
in terms of the way that they lead their side. And is that going to stay inside? Yeah, it's done well to get across there. They need a bit of support now.
Epsom girls have nicked the ball. Now can they keep it?
Play down the line at the throw to Mount Albert. Mount Albert kicking from right to left as we see it in the all-white. Oh, takes one to the face there. Now, if that had been the Premier League, they would have been down and had 5 ambulances coming on to help them out. But Epsom girl just carries on. Lyon trying to do it all on her own there. Maybe it's hard to balance between the desperation of wanting to get back in and keeping the patience and going through the basics, doing the right things. We saw in the first game the St Ken's captain coming up and pushing themselves forward, and I'm wondering whether it might be a thing for Tomakino to maybe say, look, someone else drop back in here and I'll go up and and try and create a little bit. Here's well cleared there, keeper coming out. Ooh.
What's happening? Oh, the chops. 17.
Ooh, she got it right in the face there, but didn't even flinch. Carried on playing though. One thing that's been very good in both games is the covering from the defenders as well, the way they cover for each other.
Yep, well, before you can win a game, you have to not lose it. So,
oh, blimey, is that Einstein?
That's Einstein right there.
Nice turn there from Brathwaite. Line looks strong, but not overly quick.
Overly quick, no.
Good pressure there as well. Good chasing from Sienna Neal. And they still haven't quite cleared it. Bit of crop dusting going on as well. Great hassling there, yeah. Epsom, look at this, and now Goda with a bit of pace and some skill as well. Maybe should have got in early, but I think she's won a
corner.
She's won a corner. You just wonder again how strong her left. She's very right-footed here, and you just wonder here, ping if you can. Once you get out here to ping it in, but she's obviously waiting to maybe cut back and have a go. Or, we say, we've already seen a successful corner for Epsom. Eva Hall scoring. And the skipper, Colby, trying to deliver another dangerous corner. Oh, that looks good if you can get a flick onto it. Oh, another corner.
I think
she just sliced it over. I wonder whether she deflected it off of someone there, but again, that's a corner there causing all sorts of problems.
Yeah, the ball is volleyed. It wasn't on the ground. It's a bit higher than she wanted it to be.
I just wonder if that took a bit of a flick, but there was no complaints at all from Epsom, so we'll take that as a legitimate goal kick. I'd like to see Goda get the opportunity a little bit more central in terms of recently she's been getting the ball wide left.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her running, maybe in behind the defence in front.
Eva Hall playing the ball. Isn't that the beauty when you see shorter stature players dribbling through the defenders with quick, small touches?
Going to get here first, and it's Mount Albert winning it. Oh, and then getting caught.
Yep.
Another full-blooded challenge here. So McKeno chasing back, brought down. Nothing intentional there, just a scrape across the face. It looks like by Tom McKeno's boot.
Her foul,
there on,
the foul called by
Sienna
Deborah is she used her hip there, and unfortunately landed on the Epsom player's nose.
Now this is a set piece in a dangerous area.
Is that the captain, Lara Colby?
Yeah, she's been the person that's delivered most of these.
Yes. Why wouldn't you?
She went for goal. That was for goal.
Yep.
That's very ambitious. Oh, here's a chance now. Put your foot on it first. And
can she cut it? Oh, that.
Yeah, she had plenty of time there. You'd like to think that they could have produced something a little bit more dangerous there, a little bit more threatening. Some strong play there. Now here's a chance for Emily Lyon. Can she do it? But she's surrounded there by the Epsom defence.
Stella Holloway trying to do something. Has she? No, she's walking away. And gone back to pick up a team. That right there. Manakitanga. Excuse my French.
You've got to remember it. If you're going to start bunging today about it, you've got to
know. You've got to get it
before
right.
You threw it out there.
Yeah. I'm struggling.
But it's it's a respect that they've got for each other and the camaraderie and sportsmanship, the whole lot. That one cleared reasonably easily, but still come back in. And Lucy Johnston in the goal, called up at the last minute in the place of Amy Daniele, the New Zealand under-17 goalkeeper who's injured, not taking any part in this game. I assume that for most of the sides of the tournament, they don't bring 2 goalkeepers down.
Some do. I think your squad is allowed at 17 or more, and on the day you can play with your 6 substitutes. As I say, it's quite a long week. 2 games a day for the first 2 days. So some do and some don't, or rather they'd have someone else in the team who can play goalie.
I think that would be the way to go, and I think that's what we've got here today. You were saying before that you've seen Anika Todd, the Mount Albert goalkeeper, playing out in the field.
Yeah. A little gasp there. I thought she might, Mount Albert might get pulled up for a foul throw there.
Yeah, it looked at for a minute. She got sort of caught.
Yeah.
One way, not knowing which way she was going to throw it, and then nearly mucked it up. Nice turn if she can keep going.
Yes. And it's...
Yeah, you're not getting past.
No, for me that's a pretty fair challenge of mine. The ball was there. She used the shoulder.
I don't know. I think she used more of an elbow than a shoulder.
Yes.
But yeah, the referee's called it, and we've got to abide by his decision. Eventually, and had there been an Epsom player closer to that, it could have been a bit more pressure on the situation, but comfortably cleared up in the end.
Oh, no giving up there, Emily.
And this is a nice little turn. Oh, well offside again. Come on.
But she hasn't. She's realised that she pulled out.
Yeah, but Viva.
Yes,
You've got to be looking along the line there. You've got everyone in front, and you're well offside. She's just that little bit eager to get the gap. And with her pace, she doesn't really need to be offside. Just time the run a little bit better. Mind you, there's nothing more frustrating than making run after run after run and no one seeing you and no one passing you the ball. Again, look at that, well offside. And that's a testament to the Mount Albert defence. They're pushing up, but that's a wasted opportunity.
Yes,
there.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'm just seeing 2 different teams. Yesterday, Mount Albert Premier were just on song against Barradine, which they played them to a draw and went to a penalty shootout. But today, Mount Albert is not here today.
They haven't been, have they? And that's a lovely ball. Is she offside again? Unforgivable.
Unforgivable for a striker.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times now that she's been caught offside like that, but someone's got to have a word with her.
Unfortunately, she has been doing it all week.
She's got a hat-trick in one game, so she obviously knows how to find the back of the net.
I'm wanting to see Elisa Wong. I want to see Epsom's Messi come on and do something.
we're wondering whether she might be injured or they're just saving her for when the legs are tired so that she can have full advantage, taking advantage of tired defenders.
That would be her forte. She is very...
Another offside.
Short, sharp touches.
Not by Weber this time.
No.
I want to see Weber get through there onside and one-on-one and see what she can do.
Just during the week, I've seen some girls do some amazing stuff on the ball.
You're just wondering where the break's going to come for Mount Albert, because they really, again, most of the chances in the football seems to be getting played up at this end.
Epsom appear to be well in control of this at the moment. 54 minutes, 25 to go.
It doesn't seem to be anyone, stepping up for Mount Albert and saying, right, I'll take this game by the scruff of the neck and sort of lead the charge. It just seems to be still a little bit scrappy. We haven't seen anything really for Emily Lyon to, they haven't got down the byline. They haven't sort of played any through balls for her. He was onside for once. Well done. Nearly created a bit of havoc there in the middle. She'll be offside again. But I think that one there was down to Mount Albert. They stepped up very well. They've been well disciplined as far as that goes. But again, pressure from Epsom. They're not giving them any chance to really get their mojo going. Can they create something here? That's a lovely ball. That is a really lovely ball.
And all but for a fumble, they could have been in there.
Yeah.
6 passes to come from their own 40-metre mark to get there. 6 passes where they retain the ball well.
And that's a lovely ball in there behind and well chased in as well by Natalie Brooke.
If Natalie had been able to pull that back on a more acute angle, she would have given a goal there. And that would have set the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see with Epsom having been in control for so long, how they react to having a goal scored against them and being back on level terms.
My favourite player there just played a perfect header. Here we come again. Darnell McGrammer moving up the field.
First time, that's the ball.
Pass number 6. So they're getting a bit of structure into it. Here
that's really well done. Now who's following that in? What a save. What a save. That was a lovely bit of football.
Yes, it was.
There was some great play down that left-hand side. Superb. This ball here was a great ball. And this left foot cross from Lyon, right across there, puts the pressure on the keeper, drops it. There's a follow-up in there. Clearance off the line, and then
another shot.
Oh, it's off the post, and then off the keeper.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't off the keeper. It's just gone out. I thought that's bounced and come back in.
Hit the back post.
Me. Well, that was a bit of drama. Maybe that might inspire Mount Albert now to think that they can.
Maybe there's just
here
a
we
little
go.
bit of
Look
momentum.
at that.
There's turn by Sharon Tomokino.
Oh, what a save! Suddenly out of nowhere, they've done nothing, and there's 3 opportunities they've created.
Now, I'm not. Is that Lucy Johnston, the replacement goalkeeper, making all of those saves?
But there we go. You see, Tomokino pushing herself up. That's a great save.
That was Olivia Page's shot all over again.
Yeah, but look at that. That was such a lovely turn, and then really well hit. Oh, we've missed the corner there, but it's gone deep. And is that Weber goes there?
Weber doing a bit of come back and helping.
They've been shaken a little bit there, Epsom, I think, and it'll be interesting to see how the next 5 minutes goes. If Epsom can get a grip back on the game, or whether the tails are up for Mount Albert.
Well, that was a huge momentum shift for.
Well, there's 3 opportunities there in the space of about 1.5 minutes. So.
But what I know, what I am noticing is Epsom girls certainly have plenty more gas in the tank. They're all moving quite freely. But yeah, there is that anticipation that's missing. Oh, there you go, Viva's.
Here we go, there's a jump. Oh no, just cleared up by Mount Albert, and they're going to launch another attack here. Step back in on the right foot, I'd imagine. Oh, nutmeg. Oh, yeah, no, fair enough. Good blocking there, use of the body to get in the way. Wasn't quite sure. She wasn't quite sure then whether to make it through. Here's again, and that second try with Tomokino. Tomokino is, I think, really stepping up now and pushing herself further forward.
Yeah.
And
getting more involved.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, she's like, that's a lovely ball. If that could, it's a really nice idea.
Yep.
Trying to cut them open, hit it into that channel and open them up. But that really was a great save from Lucy Johnson, as you say. That's very similar. I suppose she was nearer on her line than for the Olivia Page goal in the previous game.
Yeah.
But still a fantastic save. You can definitely feel the momentum shift now. Calming it down, that's it.
Yes, yep.
Calm it down, that's it. Just steady everyone down.
Oh, one go. That was a great pass.
It's really opened them up now.
Viva puts it in front.
As it pushed a little bit wide. Did a good effort to get something on target there, because it was the chesting the ball down, just moved it a little bit wide and narrowed the angle. I think the way this is going at the moment, I think Epsom will be desperate for another goal, because they could feel something happening at the other end. Here's the chance here. Here we go.
There's Viva burst onto it.
Here we are.
Viva got it.
Can she cut inside? Oh. No, that's fair enough.
Yes.
There we go. Great effort. Again, really made by Viva Goda. Kept herself on the side and was persistent as well. You know, when she tackled, came back again in there and knocked it through to the far post.
And there was some gas in that Epsom number 10 to get up there and be in the right place at the right time.
Sienna Neal got in the right place. Kept up here, still.
She saw her coming.
That's it. Just nicely over the keeper.
Chipped the keeper, bang.
And yeah, great finish. And good backing up there. Good support play from Sienna Neal. And that's the goal that I was saying that Epsom, I think
they needed that.
They needed that, because it was starting to swing the other way, the momentum, and it looked like a goal may be coming.
Eva Hall just tripped Sharon Tomokino, and the referee the whistle, and the first thing Eva did was, sorry mate.
Well, that could have been unfortunate there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops. Nope, waved on.
There's still the pressure there, though. One goes down, another one comes in. Hannah Brathwaite there taking over from Sienna Neal in terms of applying pressure. Still 17 minutes to go, so you know, if Mount Albert can regain their composure and start applying the pressure that they have been. So good solid challenge.
Good solid challenge there.
Yeah. Oh, just overrun the ball a little bit there. But she's persistent as well, that Goda. I've been impressed with her. She needs to work on keeping on side, but other than that, she's taken players on. She's when she's lost the ball, she's battled to get it back, which is what she did in the lead up to that second goal. I thought you were going to knock it into Goda there, but they've played it nearer down the line.
Good catch.
And Tomokino all over the place now as well. You know, it's all over the park.
All over the park.
Trying to lift her side, get them back into this game. That goal, really, the second goal came a little bit against the run of play.
Yes.
Yeah. Handball, referee.
Yep.
Book yourself. Look deliberate from here. That's it. No muck around. You don't muck about with a referee.
So this one's big. That chance. Yeah.
Well, we've just been informed that Amy Feinberg-Daniele is in goal. Now, we were told she was going to take no part in the tournament, but obviously she wanted to be out there with her teammates, and that might explain that magnificent save that she made. We were both, we weren't with Tracy, both looking at her thinking, that for a substitute goalkeeper, that's a fantastic couple of saves she's made there.
Yeah.
So we apologise, Amy, but I tell you what, if I was you, Lucy, I'd be taking credit for it. Just cut the clips out.
Lucy, you're on fire.
And say, look, the commentator said it was me making that save.
So therein is our answer, that they only had one goalkeeper and they put it back on.
And she certainly
made a difference.
I mean, it's not to say that Lucy Johnson wouldn't have saved it.
Well, that 2 or 3 minute phase where they were in Amy Feinberg-Daniel's area, she made 3 or 4 saves.
And that save from Tomokino was outstanding.
Outstanding, tapped over. That is
but
a
this
game
is
changer.
that looked like a save from a New Zealand under-17 goalkeeper, didn't it?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I've been watching her clear and sending the ball back up, and as I saw in the first half, the replacement goalkeeper, Lucy, kicked it into the...
Here's a little bit of a replay of that second goal where Viva Goda, persistent and a lovely cross. That's a great cross in there. You've beaten the keeper and you've put it basically on a plate.
Number 2, White Nose, she saw that come in as well, and she just didn't have any energy to get there and get in front of it.
So a little bit of a break here. 13 minutes to go. Oh, and Tracy's having a break here as well. You can't last one half without having a drink or going to the toilet.
Breathless,
you need to toughen up. But it's been an enjoyable game, and I've been impressed by the application of both sides. Really impressed by Epsom. I think they're worthy of their 2-goal lead, but had it not been for
the work of Lucy
Amy
Feinberg-Daniele,
who deserves extra mentions. That seems to have been called Lucy for the last 20 minutes. It could well have been tied up.
Story, absolutely.
But still, plenty of time. 30 minutes to go.
Yes.
Plenty of time for Mount Albert to get into it. And Tomokino again, really stepping up. Really stepping up for her side. And Mahi gives me a rash doing that sort of anything approaching it. Which is why I like just sitting down and talking.
Here we come.
Aisha Aurora marauding forward, lost possession now. Oh, that would have been a great. We're looking to play that ball away.
That one had to be intercepted.
It had to. Whether there would have been an offside flag, I don't know, but you can't afford to take a risk. Things like that. Both the skippers, again, as I say before, Colby and Tomokino have had very good games. Oh, they're starting to blow up things now.
Yes,
It was almost like, free-for-all wrestling earlier on, but now they're getting a bit more sticking by the letter of the law. And I suppose when the players get tired, as they get tired, there's liable to be that slightly late challenge.
Yes, yeah. The referee's prime job is to make sure everyone is safe.
Yeah.
If she fears that there is injury, she will start calling those small fouls. And then the players will get the message, and the offence may not occur.
I think the officials in both games have done really well. It's aided and abetted by the players behaving themselves and listening to instruction and just getting on with the game.
Miles, I have to tell you, referees enjoy refereeing, but they also enjoy destroying themselves off the pitch.
Yeah.
So we're all doing pretty good to be alive on Friday.
Yeah, I can well imagine it. I mean, it wasn't the kids' parents that were worried about them going. It was the referees' partners worrying about them coming back with a liver intact.
Yes.
Yeah. But what a great tournament there's been this week. First time in 3 years that they've had and missed out in the 2 years to COVID.
It's almost like we never left. It has been 3 years, but it's tournament week. It's
what a
so
great
enjoyable.
venue as well. What
yes,
a great
it is.
venue. You've got multiple pitches here for people to play on. And
the weather's never a factor here.
No.
Because we're on a pumice bed and we're mostly sloping downward, it all runs away.
And just ends up in the lake.
Yeah. Well, down the stream in the centre of town. It's a great venue, and everyone agrees we love coming here. For me, it's lucky for me. You've come from Wellington, but 600 miles. I've gone 60 minutes down the road.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a trek up it, but well worth it. Well worth it, and it's a beautiful part of the world to be in. Pity I haven't got a bit more time up here.
So Sharon, what's Sharon? Is Sharon going to magic a corner here?
She did everything she could to. There it be. Now that's spectacular. In your own half to doing
Viva Goda,
that.
kind of overhead scissor kick. Was that Viva Goda?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was.
And she's got to throw them.
And she will. So there's that spark in Epsom. Here comes Amy Feinberg, Daniela. Clears it. Get out of my area. So Grammar have 8.5 minutes to create something that can send this to a decider.
Yeah, you get 10. If it does end level, it'll be 10 minutes of extra time and then penalties.
Then the penalties.
I don't think any of the players are particularly wanting extra time after a week of playing multiple games. But if you're a Mount Albert person, you gladly settle for that now.
Yes, they would.
2-0 down.
Well, yesterday Mount Albert played Barradine in the semi-final, and they fought themselves to a stalemate, and they won the penalty shootout by 5 goals to 4. So they're very not fortunate to be here, but they won on that basis of a penalty shootout. They don't. I think that yesterday's game has taken a bit of juice out of the tank. They just.
Yeah, that's understandable though, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
And especially when you've got a tight game like that, your lactic acid builds up. You've got the extra nerves.
Know that feeling.
Yeah, it looks like Epsom are starting to sit back a little bit now.
Yes.
They're more in protection mode, apart from Goda, who's up there. And that could work for them, or it may not. As a fan, I never like seeing the teams I support sit back,
park the bus,
and invite the opposition onto you. Here's another chance.
We have a set piece for Mount Albert.
Yeah, you can launch it towards the area. It's a fair way out. It's not in a sort of optimal position, but it's definitely a chance to throw it into the mixer, as they say.
Yep.
Here we go.
Captain Sharon Tomokino to deliver the ball into the danger area.
Yeah, that's a good one. With the keeper again.
Did you see that girl was a representative keeper?
Yeah, you could see it, can't you?
Yeah.
But just totally confident.
Yep.
And you wonder why she wasn't going to be playing. She looks in good nick and good and fit.
Vola's burst onto the ball.
Here we go again. Who's backing up on that far post? She's going herself. Oh, lovely save. Might have even taken a bit of a deflection there to make it harder for the keeper, but that was a good save. Thinking maybe there's no one there, why not? That was a very good save.
Very good. Very good strike as well. Look at this.
Yeah, but
Pop,
now not much of a backlift there, but still getting a reasonable amount of power into it. So it'll be interesting to see now. Another set piece. Colby liable to take it, as he has done for the day.
So Eva Hall is standing in front of the keeper.
Well, if this goes in, it's good night nurse, isn't it? 3 goals, 5 minutes to go. Oh, that's
a bit of a miscue from
but sometimes those end up being perfect, don't they?
Emily coming? Is Emily coming? Where's Emily?
Everyone pushed back there, and really time running out. Who's at the far post? Come on, someone's got to make a run. Well, Weber's run herself into the ground. I think she's got the legs to chase that one. She's hit with a fair bit of power. Just over 4.5 minutes to go here in the grand final of the Premier tournament for New Zealand's secondary schools girls football from Crown Park here in Taupo. On the Whakata Māori covering the game here on the YouTube channel. And the tournament couldn't happen without the sponsors. So once I get given a list of them, we know there's Caltex, we know there's Bailey's, Apollo, but there may be some others that my offsider over there hasn't handed me yet, because I want to give them the full thanks. New Zealand Carbon Farming.
Yes.
Because these tournaments can't happen without sponsors and without volunteers. And I mean volunteers actually running the tournament here, but volunteers as well. A lot of the time, there are some professional, paid staff working on it, but there's a lot of volunteers as well in the coaching of these sides that have come here this week.
Yes. Yeah, Lotto is sponsoring this tournament.
They've been fantastic for ladies football for decades.
Yeah.
And it seems to be, it's almost as if Mount Albert have accepted their fate. And a win for Epsom would be a well-deserved one as far as I'm concerned. Tracy, I don't know about you, but they really have been an energetic side. They've taken the game to Mount Albert and fully deserve their 2-goal lead, which looks like being enough for them to... Unless I give it the curse of the commentator, looks like being enough to win them a tournament after 2 third-place finishes in 2018 and 2019, which is 19 was the last time this tournament was held due to the pandemic. Now they've gone 2 places better and top of the table. Toppling Barradine, who'd won the last 2 tournaments. Mount Albert won in 15, 16 and were runners-up in 17.
My observation was not correct. My observation that Epsom looked a lot smaller, and I felt like they'd just get forced off the ball and overrun. But as I say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight.
This is exactly size of the fight in the dog, and they've certainly shown plenty of fight today, and little skill and application as well. I've been impressed by them. Some really standout players that we saw in the playoff for 3rd and 4th as well, and this game. You're going to see the likes of them as we go through over the next few years. You'll see a lot of these girls moving on to higher representative honours, undoubtedly.
Oh, no doubt. As we know, it's an evolving. What is the word? Revolving. Oh, tucked under.
Oh, what? Just one of those things that happen sometimes at the end of the game where things are getting a little bit straggly and scrappy, and that sort of basically kept on side, And away she goes,
Yep,
Hannah
Hannah
Brathwaite,
Brathwaite.
running through, goalkeeper totally exposed. And there's not too much she can do about that. She's trying to spread herself to make herself big.
Yeah.
She's come out, she's done everything she possibly could have done.
She's actually done quite well by placing the ball through the keeper's legs.
Yeah.
Knowing her stance was going to allow that to happen.
And yeah, that's the exclamation point on this performance in the final from Epsom Girls. Have done a magnificent job in this game. I don't think 3-0 is too flattering for them, to be honest. Is there chance for a consolation goal at the other end, though? That's been nicely floated in. Someone can drive it home. Go on, have a whack.
Not with that
Goalkeeper,
goalie.
body behind it. No, you're not going to beat her.
I'd say that's a kudos to the Epsom Girls Grammar coach bringing on that keeper for the second half, knowing full well he needed a bit more in the back.
Yeah, and kudos for them for tricking us by telling us that she was going to play no part in the game. Fantastic performance from Epsom Girls here in the final. You can see what it means to them. Some magnificent individual performances. I liked Viva Goda's work rate up front. I thought that Colby was a real driver. She's under 17 rep. She's Western Springs Premier player. Says never ties her hair back. Well, it looked like she had it tied back today. See, that's more misinformation that they're giving us. They're just trying to stitch us up. And I thought the Lion played a great game there, even though it was only half Lion.
Half a Lion.
Mount Albert.
Well, there's my missing Elisa Wong.
There we go. She didn't get on at all, so I wonder whether she's injured or not.
Yeah.
Sharon Tomakino, a great effort for her side, leading her side, but just not enough. There wasn't enough support from the rest of her teams in it, and a well-deserved win, I'd say, Tracy.
Yes. Emily Lyon yesterday for Mount Albert Grammar worked her backside off, and I think that told today. She didn't really have much to work with, and has to go home in second place. But hey, top 32 schools in New Zealand, everyone's a winner being here. So there's no worries of going home second. I know they're probably not happy, but here they come now. They're going over to congratulate the winners. And this is Manakitanga in effect. Everyone looks after each other, and they'll all smile and have a giggle when we make the presentations. Of course.
And it's great having Whakata Māori covering this as well, so it gives the opportunities for those people that can't make it here to be able to support their teams, support their schools.
Yes, I understand the whakata means to reflect or a mirror image, and I think what
I would like to see a mirror image of you, that's for sure.
I think what the Māori TV and the sport want to do is show this out there to the other Sharon Tomakinos of New Zealand, and children who would not come down this choose this avenue of football. Ladies football is attractive, it's healthy,
and it's one of the fastest growing sports
in the land,
in the world, let alone just in New Zealand. And you can see there's some players out there that I'm sure we're going to see and hear a lot of in the near future.
Look, I've got to put a plea out there too. If you don't feel that you're the next Messi of the world, there are vacancies with refereeing. We're all getting older, us old chaps, and all these players need referees. So if you ever want to play 80 minutes or 90 minutes every weekend with a whistle, you are most welcome to come along to your local football clubs and ask how to become a referee.
I think we're going to have the presentations very shortly for this final. Just a little bit of a huddle. The successful Epsom girls, who really did put on a great performance. They can all feel very, very perhaps Jordan Roberts, manager Graham Taylor, well-known name in other international managing circles.
Nottingham Forest, was it?
No, Watford he was at, and England.
And England.
No longer with us, sadly, but anyway.
On screen there, you'll see Grant Jarvis, who organises, he's our New Zealand secondary schools representative here, along with this lady here, I'm not quite sure of her name, the blonde lady there by the chap in pink.
And we see Rob Waddell over there, who's been massive in secondary school sport. And
the chef de mission here for this week.
minor sports, not this is a minor sport, but making sure that other sports get their moment in the spotlight.
In the sun, yeah.
Look, they're very happy there, and so they should be.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what the mood is in the Mount Albert. I can't see them. Are they tucked over here on the sideline over here? Maybe out of the way. I can't see them. See what they're...
If you're in New Zealand and you're watching at the moment, the lady at the table now in the middle is Janine Giddy, but next to her is the infamous Fanny Schmeller, who sent us the team list this morning. So, Fanny, thank you for your contribution. And I do hope you get to replay this tonight when you get home.
Yeah.
Good night.
We're just waiting now for the presentation. We'll be with you very, very shortly here. Miles Davis and Tracy Takiri signing off. Thanks to Whakaata Māori for their coverage, and to all the participants, officials and supporters who've made this, and sponsors who've made this possible.
Ka kite, kia ora.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this downtown apartment is the perfect first property. Our vendors have a new baby, they're moving on, so we're selling this today. Do I have any more bids? One bid here, thank you. I've got a bid there. We've got one more here. Yes, we have one more bid. We have a bid here. Do we have any more final bids?
This isn't about just selling one property. It's about getting a better result for our clients. So we can help them with their next property, the one after that, and the one after that.
Right, welcome everybody. Kia ora koutou. Thank you very much for staying for the prize giving for our National Premier tournament. I'm going to start with a few thank yous because it's a huge team effort to get this tournament running. We're delighted after a 3-year absence to be back together again. In particular, I'm going to start with our hosts. So the wonderful grounds have been prepared each day by Taupo District Council, and of course the facilities and the home team that have put in a huge effort, nets, hosting, club rooms, organisation, Taupo AFC. They are superb hosts. I think this is the 15th year that they have accepted tournament organisation, and as a private club or as a club effort as opposed to a professional federation effort, that's an incredibly generous and supportive offer that we have each year. So let's have a huge round of applause for Taupo AFC, Taupo. We've benefited greatly from some very generous sponsorship. Bailey's have joined the team this year. I know the parents and officials in particular want to give a round of applause for those wonderful coffees each day. So thank you very much, Bailey's. Also supporting this week, Caltex, who are involved in a wide range of secondary school codes to encourage participation. Lotto, who have been our sportswear and our key sponsors for decades now, an extremely loyal sponsor. New Zealand Carbon Farming, who have come aboard to help local sponsorship in their area. Apollo Projects, we thank you for your support. And Whakata Māori, who are involved with the television, and they are new sponsors. They are bringing Maori culture and a promotion of sport into rangatahi and their families, and we are extremely happy to see them. I believe they are at least involved for the next 2 years, and we welcome their support greatly. MVPs, each team has a certificate for their selected most valuable player. We will list the final names on our website, and we're not going to name them today, as some schools wish to keep back the names until sports prize givings or assemblies. So for some of you it's going to be a secret until you're back at school, but we congratulate all MVPs. We thank our Chief Medic, Mike Bowens. I've been doing this since our start. 1988 we formed. I don't think I've seen a tournament with so few injuries, and that is a huge plus and a huge well done to you for the level of preparation that you've put into preparing for this week, and for the level of respect that you have played by supporting each other and avoiding situations which could cause injuries. We've had a huge push for prevention of concussion, and I thank all officials, parents, coaches and referees for doing a superb task on looking after the well-being of players. None of you should treat concussion lightly. From school age to adults, it is an extreme risk which you should not take, and you should look after yourself, and we've seen that displayed all of this week. So well done there. The referees, if you haven't thought about it, our team of 16 referees give up a week's leave to come here. So they are extremely generous. Most of them have been with us for many years now and are well familiar with refereeing girls football. They thoroughly enjoy this week, and that's made enjoyable because of your approach and your attitude towards them. So let's have a huge round of applause for the referees. Right, presentations. The schools each put in a vote for the most popular referee, and I'll ask Janine. Janine and Zuka have been working in the club rooms collating results all week. They do a fantastic job. So the presentation for the most popular referee for the week by Janine goes to Bridget Baker. The fair play. Referees award scores out of 5 for fair play. We had something like 17 schools with a perfect record over all 7 games of 35 out of 35. It went back to the referees. Very, very close call. We were absolutely amazed and grateful for the level of fair play this week. It's been outstanding. The Fair Play Award went to St Kentigern's College, and I'm going to ask Alana on behalf of St Kentigern's College to collect T-shirts and certificates for St Kentigern's College. The Golden Boot, the most goals at tournament. We don't count penalty shootouts. Some of you have become experts of those. We had several girls on 7. Charlotte Roach was runner-up on 8, but I'm not sure of the... no, I am sure. The total winner was 12 goals for the week, over 7 games. Emily Lyon, Mount Albert. Zuko is going to present that award. We award a Trevor Austin Trophy for the 17th to 32nd place. We call it the Bowl Award, so it means that all teams are playing for honours even if they didn't make the top 16. Trevor Austin is a past exec member and coach of Wellington East, and it's in his memory that we award this trophy. So receiving certificate, medals and T-shirts and a trophy, I'm going to ask Heather Hepburn, who is our national chairperson of New Zealand Secondary School Football, to present that to Hillcrest. I asked 2 representatives, but I'm going to get Hillcrest to stand up and get a little round of applause. I keep saying that referees are an integral part of this tournament, and we have medals for the 4 match officials for the final, and I'll ask the outgoing club president from Taupo, John McCartney, who is the driving force behind this venue, to present the medals to our match officials for the finals. Our 4 officials, please come forward. Right, we get to the top 3 for 2022. In 3rd place, and we'll ask the whole team to come up here if we can, please, to receive medals and certificates. So that is Barradine. I'm going to ask Mike McGrath, President of Taupo AFC, to present the medals. It's been an outstanding year for Barradine, Auckland title holders, Auckland League title holders. So Right, big round of applause for Barradine. Right. We thank our two finalists today for a superb game of football, played in excellent spirit. These top schools are very, very close, and it can take just a little bit of luck or bad luck to change results quite significantly. But in a superb final, the runners-up for 2022 Mount Albert Grammar School. I'm going to ask Alana Gunn, New Zealand head coach, to present your medals. Alana will be taking our New Zealand schoolgirls team to America next year and competing in the Dallas Cup. Mount Albert have now had 2 wins and a second in the last 5 years of this event. So a big round of applause, Mount Albert Grammar School. And in gratitude to our very generous sponsors, we're going to invite Yvette Westerman from Bailey's to present the winners' medal, certificates, and of course our very, very prestigious National Premier Trophy for 2022. So I'll ask Yvette to come forward, and Epsom Girls Grammar School. We'd like the manager and coach, yes. You can pick the manager. I'll give you a clue. He's been with this team for 23 years. Right, we're going to ask you to hold the trophy up high, and we're going to congratulate the national champions for 2022. Thank you, Epson. It's been wonderful to see all our teams here this year. I realise 90% of you have never been to a tournament because of COVID. We hope to see you all next year, and I congratulate you again on the level of sportsmanship, fair play, and the enthusiasm you have put into each game. It's been a pleasure to host you. We look forward to seeing you in the future at Top League Women's Football. Thank you all.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather.